¿Qué lo que y'all? What's good? Estamos activo. Bienvenido. We are now a community of more than 9,100. So big shout out to all y'all that have already subscribed. And if you haven't yet, we waiting on you. This is lesson 2 in the Spanish adjective series. So if you haven't seen lesson 1 yet, pump your brakes and go back to that one. Then once you've seen that one, it's also going to be important that you know the difference between ser and estar and how to conjugate them. So I put the links to those lessons in the description of this video in case you need them. Now, if you're still here, I assume that you're ready. In lesson 1 of this adjective series, we learned the rules for how to correctly use adjectives in Spanish. So now in this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to make some sentences and give you 60 popular adjectives that you can start using in your conversations. So here it is. In adjectives lesson 1, the examples that we saw looked like this. Una manzana roja, a red apple. This kind of structure is good when you're given a quick response. So if somebody asked you, ¿Qué fruta quieres? What fruit do you want? You could say, una manzana roja. But this is obviously not a full sentence, because if somebody just came up to you and said, a red apple, you'd be like, So clearly, it's going to be important that you know how to make full sentences using adjectives. And this is where it's going to become really important that you know the difference between ser and estar. As a reminder, in Spanish, you have two to-be verbs. You have ser for more permanent traits or qualities that are unlikely to change over time, and estar for temporary descriptions that are expected to change over time. So let's start with ser. Remember, the conjugations for ser are soy for I am, eres for you are, es for he, she, it, or usted is, somos for we are, and son for they or y'all are. You can use any of these ser conjugations plus these adjectives that I'm about to give you to describe someone or something's more permanent qualities, like their size, shape, color, personality, etc. In other words, the things about them that are unlikely to change over time because they kind of define that person or thing. I'm going to give you 30 popular adjectives that you can use with ser. So you can either pick and choose the ones that you use most in English, or you can put these into flashcards and start rehearsing and using them. Emphasis on using them. Don't just try to cram these and then not use them because you won't remember them long term. Amable, friendly. Just as a reminder, when you see this at sign at the end of one of these words, it means it can either end in o for masculine nouns or a for feminine nouns. So this is either bello for masculine nouns or bella for feminine nouns. And this means pretty or lovely. Buena gente. This basically means good people. Ella es buena gente. She's good people. That's the way you would use this one. Correcto or correcta. Correct. Complicado or complicada. Complicated. Débil, weak. Difícil, difficult. Duro, hard. Fácil, easy. Fuerte, strong. Grande, big. Gracioso or graciosa, funny. Hermoso or hermosa, beautiful. Importante, important. Joven, young. Justo, fair. Largo or larga is long. So don't get this one confused with grande. Grande means big. Largo, although it sounds like large, is more like long. Lento or lenta, slow. Necesario or necesaria is necessary. Nuevo or nueva is new. Organizado or organizada is organized. Pesado or pesada is heavy. Pequeño or pequeña, small. Rápido or rápida is fast. Ruidoso or ruidosa is noisy. Sabroso or sabrosa, tasty. Suave, soft. Tímido or tímida, shy. Tranquilo or tranquila is calm or quiet. And lastly, viejo or vieja is old. So those are 30 super popular adjectives that you can use with ser to describe something or someone's more permanent qualities. You can say things like, La calle es ruidosa. I gave you this one earlier, but ella es buena gente. Es una situación difícil. Now for estar, you'll use adjectives to describe current state. So how something or someone is right now in this moment. Not in general how they are, but right now. This includes things like temperature, location, emotions, etc. As a quick reminder, the conjugations for estar are estoy for I am, estás for you are, está for he, she, it, or usted is, estamos for we are, and están for they or y'all are. Here are 30 popular adjectives that you can use with estar. Abierto or abierta, open. Caliente, hot. If you follow me on TikTok, then I might have already taught you this, but don't use caliente to talk about people because that means horny. So I'll teach you in a future lesson how to say I'm hot, like temperature-wise, but only use caliente to talk about plates, food, or items being hot. Don't use it to talk about people. Unless you're using it intentionally, then do you. Cansado or cansada, tired. Casado or casada, married. So this one sounds really similar to the last one, but that one was cansado or cansada, and this one is casado or casada, married. Cerca, near or close by. So notice that this one does not have the @ sign on the end, and that's because it will not ever change. It's always going to be cerca, no matter if the noun is masculine or feminine. So don't try to make this cerco because that don't work. Cerrado or cerrada, closed. Contento or contenta, content. Despierto or despierta, awake. Emocionado or emocionada, excited. Enfermo or enferma, ill or sick. Estresado or estresada, stressed. Equivocado or equivocada is wrong. So with this one, if you use it in a sentence and you said, estás equivocado, that means you're wrong. Frío or fría, cold. Harto or harta, fed up. Lejos, far. So again, this one doesn't change. Whether the noun is singular or plural, masculine or feminine, it's always going to be lejos. Limpio or limpia, clean. Listo or lista, ready. Lleno or llena is full. So this can be like an item is full or that you are full. Like if you've just eaten a big meal and you're like, whew, estoy lleno. Mojado or mojada, wet. Muerto or muerta, dead. Nervioso or nerviosa, nervous. Ocupado or ocupada, busy. Orgulloso or orgullosa, proud. Sano or sana, healthy or well. Seco or seca, dry. Seguro or segura is sure. So this is like if somebody says something and you're like, are you sure? This is what you would use. ¿Estás seguro? Soltero or soltera is single, like not dating anybody. Sucio or sucia, dirty. Vacío or vacía, empty. And lastly, vivo or viva, alive. So those are 30 popular adjectives that you can use with estar to describe how someone currently is temporarily in this moment. You can say things like, estoy harto. La tienda está abierta. Los platos están sucios. The very last thing I want to tell you to wrap this lesson up is that sometimes an adjective can be used with both ser and estar, but the meaning will change depending on which one you use. So for example, if I say estoy listo or lista, that means I'm ready, like I'm ready to go or I'm ready for whatever it is. But if I say soy listo or lista, that means that I'm clever or smart. You can also say estoy tranquilo. So like right now in this moment, I'm calm, I'm relaxed, I'm chilling. But if I said soy tranquilo or tranquila, then I'd be saying that in general, I'm just a really laid back, calm person. Give this video a like, suscríbete, practice, and stay tuned for the next and final lesson in this series where we're going to do a bunch of little mini games and practice everything that we've learned about adjectives in these last two lessons. Gracias por estar aquí. Hasta la próxima.